consistently fighting with my constitutional law professor because he was adamant that our Constitution was fair and that the way we went about enforcing our Constitution was fair. And I always felt that it wasn't fair. Even as the borough manager of Yeadon, I'm always fighting for transparency. And that's exactly what I want to bring to Delaware County Council, is transparency. What is not transparent is having our meetings at 10 a.m. where the average working class person cannot attend. That was by design. Delaware County Council is not structured for your input. It doesn't want your input. Why? Because they fear that you're going to hold them accountable. In addition to that, I want to bring, in addition to making Delaware County more transparent, we also need to make sure that we're working with our community and our resources. Delaware County right now is facing about a 10.9% poverty. And when you have poverty, that's what stems, well, a lot of poverty is stemming from the lack of education, the lack of resources, and the lack of jobs. And Delaware County is in a position where they can work with a lot of our surrounding community, our building trades, our laborers. For instance, I'm an attorney for Laborers Local 413. And one of the people mentioned that where are you going to get a job if you have a felony? The building trades hire individuals with felonies. So those are things that Delaware County needs to work with in collaboration with them. And again, you're going to also hear about deprivatizing the prison. Yes, that's a big one. A lot of the people in there, their only access to some resources, sometimes to meal, sometimes mental health, sometimes physical health, they receive in the prison. And there's no incentive for the prison to give them those resources because, as you've heard before, it's a business. And if they actually rehabilitate people, then they won't have the repeat offenders that they're actually banking on. So with that being the case, Delaware County is struggling with a lot of issues right now, but transparency actually handles all of them. With me working in Delaware County in media, I see that there are a lot of great people who are currently managing the municipality, or the county, or Delaware County, I apologize. But however, we don't know how they got their jobs. I've seen, as an attorney, positions being handed off to other people who are already having jobs in Delaware County, and that's not fair, when we have equally skilled people who are unaware of those positions whatsoever. But Delaware County also needs to make sure that they're advertising their jobs, that we have a department in Delaware County that makes sure that people are coming in, that the jobs are advertised and that people aren't getting those jobs based off of their political affiliation. So I want to make sure that I'm a part of that process, that I'm a part of that transparency, that I'm a part of that fairness. I've always fought for fairness, and I believe if I get on the Delaware County Council, I'll make sure that there's transparency that people see, bringing the meetings into the evening, working with our surrounding communities, making sure that we're bringing more jobs into the area, not taking jobs away from them. Supporting projects that are bringing jobs into the area will help the overall Delaware County Council. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Monica Taylor again. I think that one of the things I was thinking about with this was that when we took over the Upper Darby School Board, we were able to hit the ground running when we were sworn into office because we worked really well with the only two Democrats who were on the board already. They were doing research and they were looking into things, and when we got there, we knew exactly what we wanted to do and we were ready to go. And so I think that's going to be important to be able to work well with Kevin and Brian. Because they've been doing the research, they're in the trenches, and they know what we should be moving towards. As everyone else said, we need to change the pay-to-play culture in Delaware County. We need to bring more transparency to the county. We need to bring more accountability. One of the things that I look at is when we look at the budget process, the budget is not readable. No one knows what we're spending our money on. And I look at the budget at the county level, which is larger than our budget at the district level, but when you're looking at it, it's like half the size because nobody knows what anything means on there. And it's just everything is line items. So bringing the budget, making that more accountable for people to be able to read and know where we're spending our tax dollars. Also bringing transparency to the hiring process and how we contract out our bids is really important to make the entire county more accountable. First thing, thinking about the prison system. Of course, we want to deprivatize the prison, but one of the things that we can do first, because of course, if you know that they renewed that contract, and so there is 180 days before we can even get out of the contract once we decide to do it. is that as a home rule charter, we opted out of the state-run system of the board, which is Title 61. And with that, that would automatically bring more accountability to the prison board system. It would allow Jerry Sanders to be on the prison board, which, as you know, the prison board is what has a lot of the power on the prison system itself.